Thankful for the win on Saturday. I thought we had a lot of guys contribute to that win. Morgan Grimm's minutes were terrific. Carlin Brown made some big plays to kind of get us going. Obviously Johnny with the steal to get us out of that goose egg helped, and the three he made to get us kind of going. So those 5 points were huge, but thought the weekend came off pretty well, and again my team was a little tight, and I don't think it was a bad thing. I think it was tight because we cared, and that's what we got to get to, where it really matters to us. Big week this week, understatement of the year maybe. Have to go on the road, play a quality opponent, come home, play a quality opponent, and looking forward to it. Well, I think you go down there and you don't think about so much the winning streak. I think you think about taking care of business one possession at a time. You think about making sure you do the effort things, the physical things, the tough things, and mentally stay focused on the task at hand, not get caught up in the crowd, not get caught up in the win streak, not get caught up in playing on the road. Just try to do the things that is proven in our game to help you win, which is, run back on defense, defend, rebound, and get good looks. So that's what we're going to try to do. Well, they're three-pointers. When they make threes, they're really hard to beat. When they get transition buckets, they're really hard to beat. And I think their defense is very, very good. I think we're 2-1 or 1-2 in the league in defense, field goal percentage. So, you expect a grinded out grudge match type game. But, defensively they make it hard on you to score. And I think they're a lot better defensively at home, and they're damn good on the road. So, as much as I talk about defense and what we have to do, we have to score on the road. You got to score points on the road too. They're the best passing, cutting, shooting team in the league. And they're the best running team in the league. And that's what makes them good. They have guys that embrace their roles. They have guys that like sharing the ball. They have guys that make big shots. That usually leads to a pretty good team. So maybe the secret to their success is their chemistry. They've been there before. They've been a champion, and they understand what it takes. That's what good teams do. Our league is a terrific league for playing on the road. And by that I mean, at New Mexico's fun. At BYU will be fun. I mean, it's why you get into this business, big road games, crowds, interest in the game. That's what it's all about to me. We've played big road games, and that's the whole idea of why Dr. Hill and I built this schedule at Washington, at Gonzaga, at Cal, was for at New Mexico, at Vegas, at BYU. It's all part of the plan, the master plan. To have been in these situations before, to hopefully prepare us for what needs to be done and how it's supposed to play out. And, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for our schedule and what we've been through, and I expect a hell of a hard-fought game. Yeah, I think it does, Mike. Anytime you can win on the road, I think the Air Force win, being down 10 at halftime, and fighting our way back with grit, toughness. I don't know how good we played against Air Force, and that's no disrespect to them, but we competed in that second half. And that's what you have to do on the road. It seldom goes your way on the road. You just have to fight through it, You just have to have grit and fight through it. And that's a big concern of us, obviously, to have a good start. and get some confidence in that first 5 minutes of the game of what we're doing. But, you know, I don't talk about that a lot because we've been down and won. You know, we were down at Weber, double digits and won. We were down at Air Force, double digits and won. You know, we were down at New Mexico at the half and came back and took the lead by 9. You know, so as much as I don't want to have a poor start, I can't tell my team that if we have a poor start, we can't win. You with me? You know, so hey, nobody wants to have a poor start. I mean, 11-0 start on Saturday was rough. Yeah, I'm going to keep my bench intact and keep starting my freshman wing, who I think is a developing good player. I think he's going to get better and better. And then, you know, what we have is we have 5, I think, pretty good guard wings. You know, and what we've done is we've ended games with different combinations. And a lot of times it's on who's playing well or who's into the game or who's not in foul trouble. And then we end the game with that. You know, it's been Carlin and Luka and Kepke. It's been Carlin, Luka, and Johnny. It's been Lawrence, Johnny, and Luka. You know, I mean, it's just that's a nice thing to have. That little rotation and who's playing well and who's into it and who's not in foul trouble. And you know, I do feel comfortable with Luka Dircha having the ball in his hands in the last 10 minutes of a game. You know, I think that's one of your greatest strength is your greatest weakness sometimes. Luka has unbelievable confidence in his ability to make plays and to be successful, and sometimes he turns the ball over because I think that he just has that. He just thinks he can make any play out there, and I'll take a guy that way. The thing I like about Kamard, and I've said this publicly, I think he's the best player in the league. He does so many things well, but forget all that. He's a competitive human being. To me, that's if you got that, and then you throw his talent and his length and who he is on top of it. I mean, he's just a big-time player. I told my team I think he'll be a pro. I think he's a winning player, and he's obviously a big key to their team. I thought we had a really well officiated game the last time. I thought it was a physical game. I thought it was you know, I love that part of it. You know, I thought they let us play, which I think is good for this rivalry. Let it come down to grit, toughness, loose balls, not a call here or a call there. I thought that, watching it again, that stuck out to me. We had a hell of an officiated game. The speed at which they pushed the ball up the floor, obviously we had watched it on film, but I was, again, impressed just the way they run the ball and advance the ball and share the ball in transition. I think they're as good as anybody in the country at that. I really do. Yeah, well, you know, we try to, you know, you've all been around us now this year in our program, and we try to neutralize their top 1 or 2 scorers. You know, we try to make it tough for their best players to get off on us. Sometimes we've done it. I think about 80%, 90% of the time we've done it. You know, Bolden hurt us at Gonzaga, not so much what he did to create it. Pargo got him shots and he made open threes. Well, obviously that's something we have to take care of. But the Wink Adams, the J.C. Carrolls, you know, I think we've made those people earn their points. And, you know, we'll continue to try to do that. The problem is when you're playing a team like BYU, they have more than 1 or 2 guys that can sting you. I mean, Miles played well against us. The big kid, he came in and gave him quality minutes, and maybe place that didn't play as well or the ball didn't go in for a place that as well. Miles came in and I thought was as good as anybody. So, I mean, their depth, their skill level, and their confidence is a factor.